Hi guys!
Hi guys!
Okay, so we are here to talk about episode 2 of season 9 of RuPaul's Drag Race.
We don't have copyright to that RuPaul's Drag Race.
But yeah, we will get right on into the beginning of the episode. So this episode left off on the cliffhanger of the last episode. So we filmed this before we got online and saw everybody's predictions.
Basically, everyone confirmed that Cynthia was coming back.
The day after Drag Race, people found proof of the wig that they showed on the episode, and then Cynthia wearing the exact same wig.
Yeah.
Y'all are smart. Like, the fan base is so good.
And I don't know why we thought it was a dark queen. I guess that lighting just made it look...
Yeah.
And did she contour her? Maybe she did the wig line contour?
I don't know.
It just...
It looked a lot lighter tonight, though.
Yeah, it did. When she turned around, she was like...
They probably darkened it last week to make it more suspicious.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you didn't catch on, it was Cynthia Lee Fontaine, which I was not it's not that I hate her, but I didn't see her up to par.
I wasn't excited about her coming back. However, I will say that once I was slapped in the face with her cuckoo again and her bubbly personality, I'm actually really happy to see her back just because she's so fun to watch on TV.
No, that blue look, I'm usually not a fan of somebody wearing all the same color, which the runway was not my cup of tea tonight. But her blue look was so, I was like, okay, Cuckoo stepped it up.
Yeah, she has. It does seem like she has stepped it up a little bit. We kind of saw a little bit of it at the season 8 finale because her outfit there was really good.
It was really good too, yeah.
So I feel like we didn't give Cynthia enough credit.
I feel like this episode definitely has changed my mind a little bit on her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically how the episode started. And then it goes into the next day in the workroom. I'm kind of sad that they didn't really end Lady Gaga.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It was just like, bye, bitch.
It was just kind of like, you were last week. Also, promote her.
I'm not
on the episode she's not even in.
I'm not even wearing this intentionally, and I know I should have worn this last week, but yeah.
But I was kind of bummed about that. But it starts off with Shay asking Cynthia if it was a joke or not, which at first I was even considering it being a joke, just because because it's Cynthia.
Yeah.
But just because there's already 13 queens. There's been 14 before, but it just seems so, and nobody went home the first episode, so it just seems this budget.
It seemed very weird. The process of her coming back and everything, it seemed very
very fast.
They had so much build up to that moment, and then I feel like it happened, and they're trying to sweep the fact that it happened under the rug really quick.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys leave comments below, but did this episode seem weird?
It just seemed really off-brand.
It didn't seem like RuPaul's Drag Race, honestly. It seemed like it was.
It was clearly. It
but
just something seemed
off.
Something seemed really funny, the format maybe or the mood. It just seemed very quick and rushed and.
So basically, Lisa Kudrow walks in.
Yeah, who I was very happy to see.
But, I feel like it was just such a odd... I wanted her to be more of a guest judge.
Well, what happened when RuPaul said, I just saw her in the parking lot?
I know, it kind of
I thought he was joking, and then, when she was like, all right, bye, I was like, oh, he really wasn't joking.
He actually was probably out there, and she was like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I was kind of sad she wasn't actually a guest judge.
Me too, because she was my favorite friend.
Yeah, well, there you have it.
And I've heard many people say that, so.
So basically, Rue tells the girls that the main challenge is a cheerleading competition, and the two leaders were Nina Bonina, because she won the week before, and Cynthia, because she came back. And I was really shocked by the choices.
I was shocked by the last two. Yeah.
It came down to Charlie and Valentina. But also, with James, whenever Nina picked James, Nina was like, I like the underdog, so I'll pick James. And I feel like that got to James.
Well, I noticed throughout the episode, there was a lot, as someone who struggles with anxiety, that would have probably messed me up too, if everyone was saying all that stuff. But, it was really sad to see that James was getting slapped with the
that was I love Nina
with the filler queen.
I can't hate on Nina for saying that. No, that's what James is, but I felt bad for James.
I don't blame the other queens at all for saying that.
Oh my god, and Nina Bonina is everything to me right now. So, but So yeah, the last two were Charlie, right? It was
And
Charlie
Valentina.
and Valentina.
And can I say something?
Was it really Charlie?
It was Charlie.
Okay, cool. Okay.
I believe so. Correct us if we're wrong.
I was so shocked that these two did not get picked. Not just because, like, Charlie's older, but I don't really see that looking at him.
I think Charlie's a very valid competitor.
No, and Valentina, what did you not just see what she just did?
The week before. I think the excuse was that she's only been doing drag for blah blah blah.
Pearl, like
I was about to say the same thing. I feel like since I don't know if anyone has done as well in the competition as Pearl, who's only been doing drag for so long. I don't know. I could be wrong. But, like, I feel like we shouldn't really think that way anymore, especially after Pearl made Final 3.
No, and especially because all the people that go home first, well, like, usually, like, Tempest, Kelly Mantle.
They're usually
like,
veterans.
The older queens usually go. So I think that excuse was, I hate that excuse.
And I don't see how these people don't just look at Valentina and look at her makeup and see how polished she is, you know? Because, like, she's, like, really on point.
So basically, in the groups, I don't remember specifically who's in what group, but I do remember that Alexis Michelle, sorry, I'm still trying to learn their names, Alexis Michelle and James had kind of a tension because they wanted the same role, and that was just kind of weird for me. I don't know. I just felt Alexis...
I'm not really mad at either side, because I understand Alexis, and I feel like even it might have seemed like Alexis lashed out a little bit at the beginning, but I feel like she kind of brought it all back in real quick.
Yeah, she saved herself.
She had a smooth recovery, and it seemed very professional.
And like honestly, in her defense, like it's not their job to make James good. Like James has to step it up.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at either side.
No, but and then Shay was just like, Alexis, you can probably handle this. It was kind of shaded James because it's like. Like, let's give James the one that James won. But, no, they ended up switching roles again because James couldn't get on beat with his.
I don't know, a lot of people might have, like, mocked that or something, but I felt so bad for James in that moment.
I just feel like the whole fan base isn't... James is he's a special thing. I feel more bad. Like, I see what he does, and what he does well. I just feel like he probably... Like, if I put myself in the situation of getting invited to go on Drag Race, I feel like I would be in a similar situation where I would go in thinking I'd do so great, I'd get there, see everybody else, and then freak out.
No, I can totally relate to James, honestly.
I feel like that's why I was rooting for James this episode, because it's relatable.
I was hoping that James could overcome it and, like, turn it out, because like I know how it feels to be in that type of situation, and yeah, it was just really sad.
It was sad.
I'm sure James seems like a really sweet person, and and seems very talented too. Like because her outfit tonight was really good. We'll get to that, but yeah.
But so then next. Sorry, my iPad. So then next, they go in for rehearsal with a professional cheer squad.
This came out of nowhere.
This was a weird challenge. I looked at Chase and I was like, "Is this the weirdest challenge you've ever seen?" Like, it did not kind of fit. I don't know. It was kind of weird.
It just, I agree. I mean, I didn't dislike the challenge, but like, it just seemed very odd.
So basically, they were just telling the drag queens, like, you're going to be doing stunts, tumbles, all this, and then the dreaded pyramid.
Like, day one, let's come in and be, like, gymnasts.
Oh my god, can we talk about, it showed a moment of Peppermint. Peppermint is, like, climbing her way to the top in my eyes for me. Like, I love her, like, little side comments. I'm
proud of her. Yeah.
But she did this little thing in her confessional, and I don't know what she said exactly, but, like, she was moving her neck, like, did they really expect us to do this? But, it was really funny. Also, another quick side note from rehearsal, they put Charlie Hides on top, and I don't know if that was the best idea, putting the oldest one when Sasha looked to be...
if you noticed, they switched that around, too.
Yeah, I noticed that. Basically, it was time for the competition, which was so weird. I don't know, just the whole...
It was cool. It was just like...
It just didn't really seem like...
I guess we're still getting used to this, like, new brand of Drag Race. Kinda.
I don't know, but basically throughout the cheer competition, it was just like various shots of like people tumbling and doing cartwheels. I would be voted out first here. Okay,
I would have bombed.
I cannot do anything like that. And props to Eureka for popping her knee and still going on. I've popped my knee before.
When she said that, I was like, oh my god.
I popped my knee before and I just lay there for an hour like crying. But so props to her. She's not my favorite, but that was impressive that she
very
did that.
heroic of her.
Okay. But yeah, I don't really have a big standout. Valentina
Looked happy.
did stand out for me. She was the only one that made me laugh.
Trinity did stand out for me too, for some
Trinity
reason.
did, yeah, they gave Trinity a big moment. Shay was very big, and honestly, maybe even in a bad way, but James stood out for me because Charlie did a cartwheel and then held up, I forget who, he held up some queen, and then in between them, James did this weird I don't even know what he did.
It was like a barrel roll.
So relatable. But I guess I could see where that was clockable. So then I don't really know what else to say. Everybody kind of blended in for me in a way.
It was a very I don't know, a lot was happening at one time, so it was hard to keep your eye on everything, you know?
No, I agree. So let's go to the runways.
Let's go straight to the runway as fast as the show segued to it.
Okay, so this isn't in order on how it appeared, but this is in order how I have it. So that's why it's weird. So first up on my list was Peppermint. Peppermint went for like an Elvis Presley kind of.
You're gonna have to I'm not gonna be able to remember these.
It reminded me kind of Ginger Minge on season 7's Elvis.
Oh, okay.
Inspired.
Got it in my head.
Kind of like an upgraded look from that. I did not hate it.
I didn't mind it. No.
There was
of
far
these
worse.
I did not mind, but I saw a lot of white makeup, a lot of whited out eyes and stuff. Yeah, and
I didn't care for Peppermint's makeup. I don't think too much, but I really liked it.
I liked the hair. I can't really remember much about her outfit, so maybe it didn't stand out very well. I don't know.
Next up, the clear winner of the night, Valentina.
Ooh.
She walked out right after Chase said that he did not see any memorable outfits so far. And then she walked out, and we both were like...
It was just so pretty.
She came to fucking win.
It was so elegant. It was so beautiful. I mean, it was a wedding dress. But, that fit the challenge.
But, I would have expected that for more queens to do a wedding dress.
And I think it's good because none of them did. Because if someone else
They're all thinking out of the box, yeah.
They're all trying too hard to think out of the box, and Valentina's just like, I'm going to go... straightforward into it, you know, and I'm glad no one else did because that would have taken credibility away from it.
Clear winner, yeah.
Yeah, she did really well. It looked very beautiful.
Next up, I have Eureka. I don't remember it too much. I remember there's a black,
and she had the hair piece on her head.
I hate hair pieces. I hate when a queen. She didn't do it as bad, but I hate when somebody spray paints their scalp and then just places.
Okay, Raja and Raven.
I agree with them. It was so just, I don't understand.
No, I can see how you don't like it. I didn't mind the look, but it wasn't my favorite. Yeah.
No, I didn't really care for it as much. Next up, who I think if she would have done better in the challenge, I feel like this outfit was worthy of the top. Charlie Highs.
Yeah.
Walked out with this fur hood.
It was beautiful.
That was the moment that I was like, oh, what?
It complemented her under eye makeup very nicely. The white did. Because she does white under eye, and it just popped. It made it pop really nicely.
I just, from last week to this week, her runway choices are going to blow me away this season. Yeah. I hope she was in the bottom 3 tonight. Spoiler. But I hope she does not go home soon. Because I will be so sad if I miss out.
Her runways are very good. Yeah.
For being the oldest drag queen and having literally one of the best looks tonight. That says so much about just
I agree.
Oh my god, she was awesome. And then after Charlie was Farrah.
I enjoyed Farrah. I understand a lot of people might clock the fact that she's doing another Vegas look. But in the context
I mean,
of the
it's only
judges,
episode 2.
yeah, in the context of the judges not caring for her Vegas look. Last
I don't think she knows that they hated it,
but we know, and that's the point.
Yeah.
She redeemed herself because that outfit was very much Vegas.
But yeah, like what you said, I'm really excited to see more non-Vegas looks from her.
Me too, and I hope she pulls them out. But she did look very stunning.
Like, is it going to be, like, in my eyes, all we've seen so far was, like, naked body and Vegas.
Okay.
And then, I mean, the Lady Gaga look, but, like,
yeah.
I'm hoping that she pulls off, because, like, I'm rooting for her, honestly. I think she's beautiful. She's probably, if not one of the most beautiful, probably the most.
I definitely think it's safe to say, at least for me, that she is probably the fishiest queen that's been on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Probably.
In the terms of stereotypical fishiness.
Do you think she's more beautiful than Naysha from last season?
I'm not gonna say if they're, like, more attractive or not, but, like, I definitely think she...
You're giving such a pageant
I'm
answer.
trying so hard. I like Farrah's, I like Farrah's makeup a little bit better than Naysha's.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say that.
And then next up on my list was Sasha. Okay, so I did not care for it as much as I wanted to.
I wanted to care for it a lot, but given we did see this in the promo for the season, so I saw it coming, and
I don't even think that was that. I just the short little wig that just didn't.
It wasn't her best.
Fit her. I don't. Maybe it is the fact that she's like a bald queen wearing a wig. Maybe if I look at it more, I'll like it more.
Oh no, she's worn some. Like I've seen pictures of her.
But like this is the first time I've seen it, so like
okay.
Yeah, I feel like maybe that's why.
I mean, it wasn't my favorite Sasha look, and I definitely enjoyed the ones from last episode a little bit more. But I'm still keeping an eye out for you, Sasha.
He's trying so hard to be a pageant queen right now.
I'm
not get
still
you guys mad.
No, Sasha. I think Sasha and Farrah are my favorites in this competition. And I'm definitely rooting for you, Sasha. So I believe in you. I know you can do it.
Next up is Alexis Michelle. Also not memorable for me because I don't remember.
I can barely recall. I remember that the flow. I remember it being very similar to someone else's.
I remember it looked nice. I remember liking it.
I think it was very
but not like in love with it to remember.
Was it like I remember it being similar to Charlie's without the hood.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know. I could be totally wrong. I don't quite remember. I think it's because they were all white and they were all such a strong white that they all kind of blurred together for me. But I
feel like they all blurred together just because they're all white. I guess it's just not memorable. Next is Shea Coulee.
Bodysuit.
I loved it.
I enjoyed it too.
I love how she pulls off these colors that just you typically don't really see on a queen. Like with the Lady Gaga look and then this one. I don't know. I kind of like that.
What do you mean?
Like for her to be a darker skinned queen pulling off these like
such a
colors,
vibrant white.
I love it. I love it. No, her hair colors.
She had like a dark hair color.
No, she had like a light blondish color.
Did she?
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Harry's nodding yes. Yes, she did.
She did.
It was like this. It was a really unique color, honestly. Like she does unique colors like that, and I love it.
Yeah, I remember it looked really good. So.
Yeah. So far for me, I see Shea going really far. I don't see her leaving anytime soon. And then next was Trinity.
She had like the roughly collar with the
futuristic.
Yeah, it was kind of futuristic. Yeah.
She's giving me like the Jetsons or like All Stars 2, the challenge they did, the futuristic one.
I really like the concept and I really like this outfit. I will say that I wish a little bit more was happening than just the collar. I wanted to see like ruffles around the hands and the feet. Like I wanted her to go like full clown, futuristic, like mime. You know, like I wanted more a little bit there. But I like the outfit.
Yeah, it was just like, it was so much. I'm usually not a fan of wigs like that. It fit the outfit well. I'm just not, it's not my personal
I think because the poof was so big, she wanted to minimalize it a little bit. Okay.
Yeah, I could see what she's doing, but I'm just not a fan of those wigs. She did okay. And then we have Kimora,
who had the pop of color on her booties.
My least favorite outfit of the night by far.
I did not mind the gold gauntlet. glove thing.
Gold's okay, but to just randomly add
the stars and stripes, it was very mismatched, I will say.
It was very, I didn't really understand. And then, like, the sailor hat.
I think the outfit, if the tones were adjusted on, like, the colors were adjusted to, like, whites, I think it would have been a good outfit, but I think the colors were just not very, they didn't work very well together.
Yeah.
For the challenge, at least.
And also, I feel like that didn't help. Her attitude this episode was really, I don't know, I went into this a really big Kimura fan, and then her attitude the past episode or two, she gave me a very Gia Gunn vibe.
A lot of people are saying that.
Where it's just kind of like...
She's definitely had some sour moments so far.
She's just like, oh my god, really? It's just kind of like, oh... Like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan. She's getting down there with Eureka for me, honestly. Like, Eureka kind of redeemed herself a little bit in my eyes this episode because they didn't show all of her little side comments. And Kimura went down a lot for me.
They definitely showed a lot of Kimura this episode, and it was a bit sour, I will say. She was, yeah.
Next we have James, who I personally really enjoyed.
I did like the runway. I really appreciated the runway.
It was simple. It wasn't as dramatic as some of the others, but I appreciated the fact that like, she's definitely going to get tooted by Raja and Raven for sure on this look.
I hope she does. What if she doesn't?
If she doesn't, then that's awful. No, I really enjoyed it. Was it simple? Yes. They might boot that for being too simple. But
it was
for what she's shown, like, for what she's shown before to that was so much better.
It was very similar. It's very on brand for her, I could tell.
Yeah, and honestly, I think if she would have been a standout in the performance and then worn that, I feel like she would have been safe.
I remember Michelle liked it.
Which made me happy that, like, they gave her a good compliment. And then next is Nina Bonina.
I liked it.
I was so happy. Nina Bonina is my favorite.
I was happy to see her do something.
That's what I was about to say.
More traditional drag. You know?
Yes.
Now I'm ready for her to go right back to something outlandish.
Yeah. Today I was even thinking, like, okay, I've seen Nina go crazy. I wonder what it's like to see just fish. And Nina
she's very pretty.
Is so beautiful. When she walked out, I loved the eye makeup. I loved everything. Just Nina, oh my god,
I think my favorite part about her on the runway was her confidence.
Like, yes, she walked out like, I'm Nina. It's Nina fucking Bonina.
Yeah, she
gonna win this whole season brown.
No, she did good. She did a fantastic job. She stood out for me. Maybe it was because she was the first one, but she definitely stood out in a good way for me.
And then last on this list is, I also have Lady Gaga on this list. I need to take that off. But Aja, who
I really want to remember.
Why don't I remember?
On parade. Oh, she had the breather.
Oh my god! She was Raja 2.0. She walked out and it gave me major Raja from season 8, when all the queens shot with the winners.
Yes.
That she had the Raja. If you couldn't be any more like Raja, you have the name and then you bring out that.
But that being said, I did like it. I enjoyed it.
It
was very flowy, very, like, priest-like. It was very, like, it was giving me all kinds of, like gory vibes.
See,
like,
I
spooky
didn't
vibes, you know?
Yeah, I didn't really care for it after she took off the mask.
I like the hair. It was like I think it was a middle part. And
the makeup just wasn't right for it.
I wasn't looking at that.
I guess since, like, I'm such a huge Aja fan, I pay close attention, and her makeup now is killing the game, but, I didn't really care for her makeup there. Yeah, the mask was totally cool. I kind of wish that Raja didn't wear it so soon. Like, it wasn't that long ago that Raja wore it.
Wasn't hers like a bone mask, though?
Raja's was more like a zipper, wasn't it?
I think Raja's was a bone. Like, it was a bony, like, skeleton.
It was like a similar thing.
Yeah.
I feel like just because they wore it and because their names are it just, like, gave me, like, Raja flashbacks. But,
it was very smutty. Mixed with, like, priest.
It was a good outfit. Very safe outfit.
I will say that, for the most part, even though I did like them tonight, a lot of these outfits, like, the attention to detail, they weren't very detailed outfits. They were very, like, I don't want to say basic, because they weren't basic, but I guess maybe having the theme of being white, they were all very, like, simple.
I don't think simple, they just kind of all blended in.
Maybe that's
You
just
can't
right.
really have, I guess you have to go really out there. Like, if everybody's wearing the same color, you have to have a really out there dress.
Yeah.
Like Valentina, how she blew us away. She had a very out there from everybody else. It blew you away. I feel like just this color just threw you off. I feel like if every dress was a different color, you'd be like more into stuff. So personally, not based off of the challenge, based off the runway, my top two would be Valentina and Charlie.
Based on the runway?
Shay's really up there, though.
I would say Valentina. I might agree with you.
And Charlie? Was Shay up there?
Nina was pretty good, too. But I did like
Oh,
Charlie.
God, I forgot about Nina. Nina and Shay are right behind Charlie.
I think I would have to agree. I like Charlie's a lot. Well, no, Farrah. I did like Farrah's.
Farrah, yeah.
I know a lot of people might not, but I really like Farrah's Vegas.
I just want Nina Bonina to win every challenge. But, then they did they told half the queens to go back, the safe queens, and that left us with Valentina, Charlie, Shay, Trinity, Kimora, and James.
Yes.
And basically Charlie, Kimora, and James were the bottom
three.
So it turns out that I'm also excited for this Untucked. I just want to see.
Me too.
I feel like it's gonna just be a James Pity show, which I'm kind of sad about, but I'm excited. But yeah, Valentina won the challenge, which obviously, like, you can't just like.
I saw that coming. However,
both.
I almost thought Trinity was gonna win for a brief moment, but
Really?
yeah, because Trinity didn't do bad.
I don't know.
But Valentina's runway was just so good. So.
And she's the only one that like literally made me laugh. Like
her personality's very infectious.
It's so infectious.
She's almost got like this delusional like happiness about her.
She's so odd that you just fall in love.
I liked it a lot.
So then it ended up with James and Kimora being in the bottom, which I
was relieved.
But like going into the episode, I wasn't a big Kimora fan, but I did not see bottom 2 week, like the first lip sync. I did not see James. I did
actually who I predicted.
Really? Well, like going off last week, Kimora really didn't do well.
It's not that she did flat out bad. It's just it's really hard. We will point out this season because
there's two Vegas queens.
Well, no, everybody's just so good.
Okay, I feel like since Kimora and Farrah are both Vegas queens, I feel like Kimora maybe saw Farrah in a Vegas outfit and was like, oh, I'm not going to do my Vegas outfit because we're just going to be compared. So she just kind of threw that together.
They're definitely in a position, and I guess the New York Queens maybe too, but we had that little situation last season, so maybe not. But I feel like with Farrah and Kimora, there's definitely a situation where one's going to shine brighter.
Vegas, New York is like a spectrum of things you can do. Vegas is kind of like showgirls and like what
you're gonna fixate your eyes on one of the two, and
right now it's Farrah.
Farrah's had a very good fan reaction too.
So then they sung
Love Shack.
Shack.
Are you about to criticize?
Okay, so I'm not criticizing the song, but was that a lip sync song?
I feel like it's a good lip sync song.
Not for Drag Race.
I mean, they've definitely done some other ones similar to it, but not in a while.
But for the first...
Technically, it's not
lip sync.
Well, maybe because they had Gaga, and they're just like, okay.
But I feel like going into your first lip sync, like, this is going to be the first one that everyone, like, remembers. And it's, like, not, like, critiquing Love Shack, but just, it was such an underwhelming performance. Maybe it was
more so the fault of them, not the song.
Honestly, I was watching this whole thing, just thinking it was going to be a double elimination again. They both didn't really impress me.
I mean, I thought Kimora did okay.
But like I feel like you have to. It's season 9. You have to bring in more than just okay to win. a lip sync. Like, I feel like both of them, if one of them just would have been like, okay, I'm just gonna make a fool of myself and just go crazy, they could have easily won. The other one was not doing.
I could see that James was definitely in her head a lot in that moment. Like, a lot of that gave me a bit of anxiety just watching it because I could see the nerves.
Yeah.
They were real. And, yeah, it was very unfortunate because overall I don't think it was the best lip sync ever.
No. So, James ended up sashaying away.
Which actually made me very sad.
It did. It made me kind of sad. I could see it in her eyes how heartbroken she was.
It's always sad to see a queen go home, and it's extra sad to see a queen go home first.
Especially a queen that you were hoping so much for, losing to a queen that's just so
The thing about
bitchy.
James is that James did not have any quality about her that was unlikable in the sense that, like, she was mean or hateful. Like, she was sweet. She was very sweet. Or at least she wasn't like...
This just wasn't her year.
It's just unfortunate, you know.
I feel like... Because I've been watching her drag channel on YouTube, and I feel... She's said this before, but she's not fully realized what she wants her drag character to be. And that showed. That, like, it showed that, like, she didn't know... She wants to be a comedy queen. But she doesn't really know how to really go about with it. I feel like she's scared that she'll say something and people won't find it funny. So she's more timid and...
Which is understandable. It's very hard to be funny.
Yeah. It is very hard to be funny. So she ended up leaving, which is sad. So, yeah.
What do you think about her goodbye message? You don't remember? She said that thing at the end about, like, how...
Don't be mean?
She just basically told people, like, to be kind. Which is good.
Oh, she was probably really worried.
She's probably worried that people were going to attack her on social media. And if you have been doing that, don't, because it's not nice.
But, like, in a way, like, if you put yourself on a platform, you gotta expect, like...
Well, you should always be aware that it's going to
feedback.
happen. But that doesn't mean you should go out and be mean to people.
Look, you should do a pageant. You're like... I'm gonna say stuff nice and not controversial.
I mean, that's still that's how I honestly feel, though. Like, if you're gonna be on a reality TV show, it's good to know that stuff like that does happen, but that doesn't mean it should happen. So don't do it.
Pageant queen. We didn't talk about this last episode, but I'm still not over how Trinity said astigmatism instead of a stigma. That is not...
Okay, you've never been guilty.
No, but like, why would WoW Presents... Why would they use that? Or not WoW Presents, why would Logo and VH1 put that on a show where she said there's such an astigmatism with pageant queens?
I don't know. You know, it's reality TV.
I don't know. I loved it. I didn't talk about it last week because I was too worried that you guys would hate us, but you do, so... I'm just kidding. No, so if you guys like this, give us a thumbs up. We will be back next week with episode 3.
Yes. Overall thoughts of this episode, like, rate it 1 to 10.
We already, took up a lot of time.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I will say real quick that this episode did not feel like Drag Race still. I know a lot of people were complaining that last episode didn't feel like it, but I feel like this episode really showed...
It was good to see the runway back.
Yes, even the runway entrance, like, changed.
There's definitely, there's a bit of a brand, like, modification.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, let's hope that, it gets back to the way it was.
Or we get used to it.
Or we get used to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we will see you guys next week for episode 3. Bye.
Bye, guys.